y'all doing, people? Peepers. Y'all all right? New Zealand Swiss. I think I'm standing on desktop. Robert. Now you said you did what to this New Zealand Swiss? Help me understand this at 250. This is it right here. What's this? The 28th. This has to be it. This is it at 1 o'clock in the morning? The doji is right here. This is the doji candle right here. Your target price is the next zone. Okay, so what's wrong with target one right here, target two at the next zone? I mean, what's wrong with that? Where you messed up at? See how price came, bing, bing. Look at the 4 hour. Look at the 4 hour. I told y'all the outer limits. Or just take this halfway and then take the weight and take that and then take. Well, that's why you're here, to get out of that foolishness. How you risk 70 pips? Hold on, this is 25. So went through the first zone, came to the second zone. So yesterday at 5, we were here. This was the top of the curve. So yesterday, 13 o'clock, price hit the top of the curve and started to fall. Yesterday, this zone down here would have been my bottom. This is where price came and popped back up and broke these previous highs right here. Pow, right here. So you were in between here and here, okay? In the middle of the curve, folks, you go with the trend, or don't diddle in the middle, you wait. You wait down here and then go long. Or if you were in the middle, okay, and this might take time for you, Cornelius. If you were in the middle of here and here and the trend was down, small time frame trend was down, this was your zone, the retest of 750. You wait for this right here to break this low, and you would have taken this zone to short or this one up here. Okay, because either we retested 750 or 8 even. Okay, this broke the previous lows, all of them to the left, even this one. So this drop, base drop, broke all the lows to the left, even this one. If you come down here, it broke that too. So when price came back, this little structure we had here, demand, all this buying power, look where price came to. The Aussie was weak in the 5, 15, and 60 minute, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So when I saw that it was weak, I'm going to come and set this right here. This hit at what, 20 o'clock? All these patterns mean the same thing, whether it's in a 15 minute, 20, 30 hour daily, it all means the same thing. Price just went back to the top of the curve again. That's all it's doing now. Just went back to the top of the curve, just back and forth. Came and hit the bottom and then popped right back up. The pound Aussie fell because the Aussie was a little bit stronger than the pound in the daily. Y'all see this yen that weak in the daily? So when it gets to a daily low, what do you think it's going to do? I told y'all this. See me, I'm looking at the daily. So you know how I'm looking at it, like the Aussie still strong. Yeah, I could have shorted it, but you know what I was waiting for? This or that, because of the Aussie strength over the yen in a daily. Let's go look at it again. Yen, yen, yen. That's 4 time frames. Well, 3, I'm sorry. And the Aussie stronger than in 2 of them. So hopefully y'all are learning to read relative strength right now, with something being stronger in the daily, even though it's weak in the small time frame. Remember, price could get weak and retrace right back to a demand zone, or price can get strong just to get to a supply zone and fall. Okay, yesterday's candle. What's the bottom of my curve? You already know, somewhere down here. 2 higher highs, 1, 2. Price never got back here. And there goes your trade because the Aussie was weak. Y'all looking at short time frame. If you're gonna look at short time frame, then this is what you were looking at last night. Yes, it was weak, but it popped back up. It's not just relative strength, it's curve, because something could be weak and then pow. Remember I talked about stubbing your toe? Yeah, that's the bottom of the curve right here. Remember, a matter of fact, last night I said the top of the curve guards. We talked about this. I said we at the top of the curve, so it might do something stupid. I said this. And I was saying that we at the top of the curve now, so either this is it, or we going to catch this last push, and then what happened? Blue? Which would one? This long? Well, right now it's above the zone, but if it came back down in here, yes, I'd get it. This broke, this candle right here broke all the highs to the left. This one broke all these. That's why people are buying it. They can't wait. They mouth are watering. These are early buys. Let me get 5. I know this is stuff y'all all heard before, like previous highs and lows and curve and this and that and the third and higher high, low. It's just a lot of people didn't. I learned to respect it. Okay, some of these things that we just look over like, oh, I heard that before. I just want to make money. No, 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 no. You have to respect this stuff, all of it. You got to respect it. You got to respect curve. You got to respect core. You got to respect that moving average. You got to respect everything. It ain't no one thing. Okay, the break of the previous high, you got to respect that at 500. That's why you see it moving up right now. Find your purpose, folks, and your passion. You know, it makes your job easy when you feel like you're doing it for a reason. Some of us don't put up, some of us don't go all the way above and beyond because we don't feel like what we're doing is promising. It's not rewarding to us, so we don't put the extra effort into it. If something was rewarding to you, you'd put more energy into it. But because it's just mundane, you're just like, eh. And that's what it's like. Okay, because now you have your own purpose for be to be driven, and you should have something to drive you. My thing is, now that I'm driven, if you don't have nothing to drive you, that's a crazy life to me. I don't even know what it's like to not be driven, to not wake up and be motivated by something. I don't even know what that's like. To not be motivated or driven by anything. So you just hear breathing, you just inhaling and exhaling because you got lungs. That's whack. I was thinking of something today. To be good at something for yourself is a great thing, but to show somebody else how to be good at it is that's the move. And I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're a bowling, if you bowl. I don't care what you do. Showing somebody else how to do it is the lick close. The closest zone I would take would be 250. But this it for me right here. This is it. Talking about Michael Jackson. This is it. I know what this pattern does. I know what this look like. This pattern works 90% of the time. Um, Again, it could fall from here too, from this little stupid little zone right in here. But I definitely probably would not take the trade. And it could work, but it's not my style of trading to trade right off of 158, 1.591. That's a lot of stop. I'll give it to 3 since the pound is still pounding. I'll give it to up here because 758 is here. 750 and 38 even. So I'll give it a little to get up here. That was beautiful. Wasn't that little doji drop? Yeah, I'm ready for that type of trade. You gotta go find it though. Yeah, right. So let's go to a 20-hour chart. This is driving me nuts. I hate choppy chop chop. Choppy chop chop. I need to see zones. You feel me? Being good at what I'm doing, knowing exactly what I'm doing, why I did it. And I practice to be able to do that. You think it's luck or whatever, but no, you practiced and believed until you were able to do Mamba mentality, till you were able to do it. Just super competitors. And as soon as when I started looking at traders as athletes, that's why I came out with the clothing line. It's because we are athletes, the same mindset, the same music that an athlete listens to walking through the tunnel on his way to play the game to stay focused. That's the same thing you better be doing before you get on these charts. The hours of looking at charts, shooting in the gym, that's what it is. You're an athlete. So that sluggish, slow brain can't make a decision. That's not athletic behavior. Okay? There's a mental athlete here. And once I understood that, I became a better trader. That's when I got more precise and paying attention. To me, this taking a trade like this is the market's trying to defend me, and I got two people on me with 3 seconds left, and I hit him with the fadeaway with the tongue out. That's what that's like to me when I trade like that. That's the same thing. It's the same thing. Same thing as let's get it. Higher highs, right? We see that 4 hour trying to muster up against up under it. Let's go look at the US yen. Let's go look at this same 4 hour zone. This is not perfect, but this is what I mean when I talk about, you know. But it's about being picky, okay? And once you get picky, it's about seeing the zone, okay, and knowing a good zone is to become picky. So I don't want to just tell people, oh, you got to be picky at your trades, which is true. But what's a quality zone so I can be picky about it? I can work on, okay, am I gonna take this? Am I not? Why am I? At least you know what a quality zone is. It broke the previous high. It did this. It did that. Okay, if I do take this, I'm only gonna get 10 or 20 pips out of it. And that's when you start turning your career around in trading. Okay. Everything starts to turn around when you start getting picky, taking less trades, and then you're looking for optimum. It's like when you're going to buy a car, you go to different dealers, treat it like you're doing anything else. You go to different dealers, different prices, you looking on different websites. Like, you don't just be like, oh, look, let me just take this one. Nothing you do like that when you buy something, especially if it's about business and it's an investment. See how is this supply zone where you were supposed to take profits, broke it, and now look, I didn't even move it. Some of these zones, if they don't work, do you know what? Leave it there. And I bet some of y'all have seen that too. Like, I bet when you come back, I'm on you. Bang. But this zone in the Aussie dollar or this zone in the dollar pair is not going to be 35 pips. It might be like 15, the same size, but it'll be like 15 or 12, 13. It won't be this many pips. It's just because it's a pound pair. So pound pairs, you're going to risk more pips. That's why it's called position sizing. So no matter how many pips it is, you can risk the right amount. You see how this is 41 pips? Gosh, pound, you can't come back down here. It's 40 pips almost of risk. It's a pound pair. Now, if I go to the euro dollar, the zones are much smaller. So this zone right here in the pound in the euro dollar, it looks like the other zone. It's in the same time frame as two zones. This is the two zones I drew in the Facebook. I want signals. I drew this in Facebook 2 days ago. Same as the euro pound. Some of you shorted the euro pound the other day. An hourly chart. Euro Aussie or euro pound. I think Terry and Deanna, y'all shorted it from a similar zone like this. But it was a 1 hour chart instead of a 4 hour chart. It was a similar trade. Get these patterns in your brain so when you see them, they're high probability, just like that was, just like this was. The two lower lows, high time frame, and price never got back up here. Okay. Did anybody take any of these trades we looked at in New Zealand yen short? Also, two lower lows. This was a doji, no wick at the back, 75 even. Aussie New Zealand still playing in that zone. Remember the Aussie New Zealand still holding us down. Still holding us down. Aussie New Zealand has not failed us yet. Hold on to your love. Oh, look, I did it to myself. I did it to myself. Oh, I did it to myself. Ooh, now if somebody had caught this, I'd have been like, wait a minute now. That's confirmation. Like, let me make sure first. Oh, all right, y'all go. Oh, okay. They said when I trade, I wanted to trade with the bosses. Like, it's like I look at trading as you in line to get into a restaurant or a club, and there's this other line over here where people just walking through. They parking, they not even parking in car, valet, they walking through a whole nother entrance while you sitting there waiting in line, like Goodfellas. I want to trade with them. You ever been with them people? You ain't paying for nothing. You don't pay for nothing. We going out, bet. And I use that. I've been in the music business. I've been in all kind of entertainment places where I have those friends. Even now I have those friends where I go places and they pay for everything. And that's how I looked at it in my trading. I want to hang out with those people. I don't want to hang out in line in them little goofy trades with you going back and forth, donut on your car, barely got gas, four people in the car with no gas money, police behind y'all. I'm not doing that. I'm going with the people that got Everybody got their own car. Ain't no, can I ride with you? No, no, no. We all got coupes with V12 and V8 engines. Ain't no getting no ride. This seat right here is made for something you already know. I'll probably, if this does anything, I'll post it. Later on when I be like, I didn't see this in class. When I be posting those trades, they be from class, like this class you sitting in. They be from these classes. And thank y'all for y'all awesomeness too. I appreciate it.